This is Grand Theft Auto 4: The Lost and the Damned, and it's the first of two episodic expansion packs of the 2008 video game Grand Theft Auto 4, developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games. The game was released individually for the Xbox 360 on February 17, 2009, and this is a really lame intro. That's just straight off a wiki. I didn't even think of any of that stuff. So, okay, let's try that again. The Lost and the Damned is the dark, gritty, and tragic story of loyalty, brotherhood, and the brutal realities of gang life explored through the perspective of Johnny Klebitz, the vice president of the Alderney chapter of the Lost Motorcycle Club. That was a little better. I think. I don't know. You let me know, I guess. This game opens with the entire club heading out on a long ride where we are introduced to some of the core members of the gang. There's Treasurer Jimmy Fitzgerald, the money-stressed voice of reason. And then, hey, Nico, that's Nico. And there's also Brian Jeremy, the punk-ass brown nose and taint tickler with the girliest role within the MC. He kind of reminds me of this kid that was in my third grade class. He would just tattle on me every time they thought I was doing something wrong, just so he can get Mrs. Peterson's attention. And if you're watching this, screw you, Michael. There's nothing wrong with a young boy using his boogers as bookmarks. That's all I had. What am I supposed to do? I didn't want to bend the paper. That'd ruin the book. Anyway. There's also Sergeant at Arms Terry Thorpe. He's ex-military, conspiracy theorist, and he acts as the club's arms dealer. There's Jason Michaels. He's the enforcer and the most recently patched member of the MC. And Road Captain Clay Simmons. Maybe Simons? Simons? Simmons. Either way. He's just apparently kind of like the club's GPS. He maps the routes that we take and makes sure that we stay in formation. He's basically just Google Maps with depression, so he's really not that impressive. And a gun, so hey, if he's got a gun, we're good. Johnny leads the way as the gang meets up with their charismatic and chaotic MC president Billy Gray as he's released from a court-ordered rehab. Billy hops on the back of my hog, but he refuses to hold onto my waist for support. I told him that it's for his safety, but he still won't do it. I ignored Clay's predetermined route and went for a more pothole-ridden road. Wow, having Billy bouncing up against my body is so comforting and not sexual at all. Kind of like emotional support turbulence, truly the pinnacle of masculine bonding. We arrive back at the clubhouse and Walt Jr., Flynn, pours us some shots. Honestly, this kid pours liquor the same way that he drove, bravely but tragically. I guess having a secret meth kingpin for father really sent him down the wrong road. R.I.P. Mr. White.
Okay, another round for him. Goddamn right. Yummy.
Billy and Johnny start arguing about Billy's lost bike that's apparently still in the hands of some deadbeat mechanic. Billy manipulates Johnny into going after the bike and we immediately head out on the road again. Billy hops on my bike and grabs onto the back of my pants just for support. Okay, that's it. We end up at some sketchy auto parts shop to shake down the guy that has Billy's bike. Of course, he claims that he doesn't know where the bike is and we force him to kiss the back tire of a running motorcycle. Just a couple of kisses. I mean, it's not really my thing. But hey, whatever floats your boat. No kink shaming in the MC. After telling us that the Angels of Death have Billy's bike, Billy thanks this guy with a complimentary reconstructive nose surgery. I mean, it's one day out of rehab and he's already giving back to the community. This guy's kind of a legend. The system really does work. I mean, if he keeps this up, Billy's going to qualify for a humanitarian award. So we go to the salvage yard where the Angels of Death are hanging out just to say hello and kindly ask for Billy's bike back. That's all we're doing, I promise. Well, somehow a battle breaks out, and I unfortunately have to blow each one of these bikers to smithereens with my sweet sawed-off shotgun. I mean, I guess who needs diplomacy when you have unrelenting anger issues and lust for blood and no regrets for your actions? Billy hops on his bike and we head back to the clubhouse, but now that Billy's in charge again, he forces me to ride in the back of the crew like a little bitch boy. We continue to try to have a conversation the entire ride back, but since I'm in the back, I can't hear very well. So, I mean, if we drove together in a car or something, this wouldn't be a problem. But I guess it also wouldn't be so cool, so I guess it's worth it. Coolness over communication is the biker's mantra. Funny enough, that was also the mantra of my dad when he entered his midlife crisis, bought a sports car, and went on a road trip alone. But hey, can't wait till he gets back. I want to see all the souvenirs he's going to get me. When we get back to the clubhouse, Johnny tries to tell Billy how to act, and he doesn't like that very much. He just tells me to tell my girlfriend Ashley to call him because he's getting drunk and the club needs some hole. I mean, that is kind of cool that the MC's in a cornhole. It's kind of wholesome, right? Ashley must just have the boards at her place. Let me know in the comments what your favorite yard game is. If it's Spike Ball, congratulations on the celibacy, big boy. The clubhouse is a borderline crack den that has strippers and cages, arm wrestling, degenerate gambling, and a wall of remembrance. My bed's just some crusty mattress and an old storeroom. I mean, I guess crime doesn't pay. This place is more depressing than the summer camp I went to where the counselors swore that the screams at night were just raccoons learning responsibility. I still don't even know what that means. Jim calls me saying that he needs to meet with me about something, but before I go see him, I challenge another club member to an arm wrestling match. In round 1, he went down faster than the Concord servers. In round 2, this man must have hit the smelling salts or something because he came at me like world arm wrestling champion Devin Larratt. He not only threw my arm down like a wet noodle, he hurt my fragile male ego. He apparently ran out of smelling salts and lost all feeling in his arm completely because I dominated him in round 3, more than the Chicago Bears dominated the Washington Redskins in the 1940 NFL Championship. If you don't know what that is, Google it. I mean, I don't know. They won by a lot. Maybe if I start referring to myself as a biker bear, all my homies will know what I'm about. I check in with Billy and the crew to tell them my new moniker, but Billy drops this one on me.
If I get tested, I have a bag of 12-year-old's piss right here. I am clean.
Like, why did he have to say it like that? It sounds so much more sinister than if he just said some kid's piss. I would have just imagined an older teenager. But no, he wants to make sure I know how young the kid is. Billy just kind of woke up today and chose uncomfortably specific. Billy and I start to argue, but before we can take our shirts off and wrestle, Jason comes in and tells us that some members of the Angels of Death are waiting outside. I guess they weren't too happy about us shooting up all their buddies back there. So Billy goes out there just to talk to him, but ends up shooting one of them in the back. Sportsmanship be damned. I chase down the rest of the gang and proceed to unload several hundred rounds from my SMG into the bikers and everything within eyesight.
Good night, buddy.
To calm my nerves, I stop by a roadside hot dog stand and tuck down a kosher dog in just 3 bites. And then I notice that there's a second hot dog vendor right next to this one. Who knew that the Hatfields and McCoys were still feuding to this day? To keep things fair, in the great street meat battle, I purchase another hot dog from the other vendor. I also eat that in 3 bites. Now I feel like I've kind of started something between these two guys, but I gotta go, so, sorry boys, my tummy's full of wieners right now, and this bear needs to hop back on his hog because Daddy Billy needs me. So I go to see Billy because he wants to talk to me about what happened, and when I get there, Jason's sitting there, but he tells me that he's gonna go bang his girlfriend or something under the pier. I don't know. And then Billy basically doesn't say anything at all and then drives away. So I don't really know why he had me come all the way out here. I think he's trying to manipulate me, and honestly, Billy, I'm starting to like it. On the ride back, I get T-boned by a pickup truck and do somersaults through the air and land safely on my head. This just goes to prove that helmets don't make a difference. The human skull is nature's airbag. I get back on my steel horse and continue riding to the clubhouse. When I arrive, I find Billy talking to Dave Grossman, a prospect of the Lost MC. Billy laces some weed with mescaline, and now Dave's tripping balls, which Billy really enjoys. And how do I know that? Because he laughs about it like someone who definitely should not have been released from rehab.
You could be tripping for days.
While we're discussing the future of the MC, Bill gets a text saying that part of our group is being jumped, so we race to the scene. It appears that Billy forgot how to ride his bike while he's in rehab. I mean, look what he's doing here. What is that? Billy, figure it out, dude.
You've forgotten your place, soldier. Stay behind the ride, Captain. You're out of line, John boy. Stick behind me.
We get to the spot and slaughter about 20 bikers. Luckily, the Angels of Death like parking near and taking cover behind big propane tanks. We then ride to a second location and murder about another 20 Angels of Death. At this rate, I can't imagine that there's many of them left. Before we leave, Billy gives a speech.
Just got word that Jason's been killed up in Broken.
Apparently, Jason was killed by some Eastern European guy. I guess, yeah, who knows? We don't know who that is. We'll never find out, right? Right? So I head back to the clubhouse and play some high-low to blow off some steam. Turns out I'm terrible at this game, and my $10 just appeared faster than Kanye's sponsorship deals. I shoot everyone at the table to reassert dominance. That'll teach them to let me loose fairly. I know what you're thinking. Jeez, you didn't need to do that. It was only $10. No, it's more than that. My pride, my honor, my masculinity. It's everything, and it's also $10. We've all seen the bed that I sleep on. I need every dollar that I can get. For some reason, the police have an issue with what I did, so I have to escape them, and I end up finding a forklift. I bring it back to the clubhouse and carefully park it out front. It's kind of like a motorcycle, so I think it's fine. I go to sleep hoping that the paralysis demons don't flip me over, hold me down, and smack my cheeks around tonight. That's what paralysis demons do, right? Because if it's not, something weird's going on in this clubhouse. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to follow along on my leather-clad journey. That's all for now, and as they say in the club, watch out, my outfit's ridiculous. In the club, looking so conspicuous and rare. These women all on the prowl. If you hold the head steady, I'ma milk the cow.